Welcome back to Local Music Hype with Amy and Lauri. We are from BRIMBANK Live in the live FM studio right now. Today we have an amazing guest, Arabella Maree. She's here talking about two of her songs and her music in general. So, how are you, Arabella?
I'm so well. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
No problem. So let's start at the beginning. What's your process when you create music? Like, where do you find your inspiration? How do you start?
For me, it's usually, I'm a very big, believer in the lyrics come before the music for me. I have my notes app is such a mess. It's a lot of, just one lyrics or haikus or little things like that. And they tend to just come together. Usually it happens over a few months. I'm a really slow writer. And then I usually write things on my guitar. Sometimes I write things on the piano, but usually it's with my guitar, and I'll just kind of, find chords that I think match the mood of what I'm trying to say. And it just kind of goes from there. It's a lot of recording on GarageBand and playing around with effects as well to kind of get the right mood.
Yeah, that's really awesome. How many instruments do you play, and how long have you been playing them?
Oh my God. I've dabbled in a lot of instruments, but I play guitar, ukulele, piano. I sing, obviously. I played cello for a couple of years.
Ooh.
But piano is the longest instrument that I've been playing. I've been playing for about 10 years.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I'm a multi-instrumentalist myself, so hello. So you mentioned you use the Notes app. I have a very important question that I think all songwriters can relate to. Do you label what you're writing as you go, or is it just a mess of random lyrics?
It's an absolute mess. Every now and then, like every few months, I'm like, okay, I'm going to clean my Notes app. Like normal people do like spring cleaning. I feel like songwriters have to clean out their Notes app. It's such a mess. And, every now and then I'll think of like a title for something. And so it'll just be a title rather than words. And so it's an absolute mess. I wish I could say like, oh yeah, I'm super organized. I've got it all, in folders and stuff. It's a complete mess.
I don't think any songwriter is organized. That's like one of the creative pursuits that just thrives on being unorganized.
Totally.
So, where do you find your inspiration when you're writing?
I think a lot of my inspiration for when I'm writing, and I think this goes for most people, a lot of it comes from what's happening around me. I think that's one of my favorite things about songwriting is I feel like I can write about other people and what's happening for other people. My song, When Everything Hurts, I actually wrote about friends, a really, really tough time in her life. And that was just kind of my way of saying, I'm here for you and I understand what's happening. And even if I don't, I'm going to be here. And I think it's those kind of emotions and little things where you want to say something, but you're not quite sure how. So you just throw it to some chords and, put a few metaphors in there and then it comes together. I think that's my main inspiration. And then I think musically, from my family is super musical. So a lot of it I think comes from my dad. And just, the artists that I listen to in general.
So next we're going to go to your first song, When Everything Hurts. Is there anything else you want to tell us about that song and anything else you want to say before our listeners hear it?
I think that song is really for people to kind of, send it to your friends and say, I'm here for you. I think there's a lot of times where like allyship in a political sense, but also in kind of a sense of your friends and being there for your friends and knowing that even if we can't go through this together, I can be there to listen to you, to, do what you need. And I think it's that kind of song. It's a song, for your friends.
That's really beautiful. Well, this is Local Music Hype with BRIMBANK Live on Live FM. You're listening to Arabella Maree's When Everything Hurts.
Your smile could light up a room in a blackout. Your heart touches mine. In your words, in the way that you tell me you care. And it's not just me. And I see the way that you light up when you're talking about all the things you love. When all the cars and planes and boats and trains come carry me home, I know there's you. Your eyes, there's something about them that makes me laugh. Maybe it's the way that they shine. And I hope one day you get to share that with the world. 'Cause it's not just me. And I see the way that you light up when you're talking about all the things you love. When I can run and jump and fly, my fingers no longer reach for the sky, I know there's you. Your mind is so much more than all the broken parts you present. The sun inside you streams from every crack and every glance. I know that soon that'll be all we'll ever see. 'Cause you're beautiful and it's not just me. And I see the way that you light up when you're talking about all the things you love. When all the cars and planes and boats and trains come carry me home, I know there's you. When I can run and jump and fly, but my fingers no longer reach for the sky, I know there's you. Oh, I know there's you.
All right, this is Local Music Hype on Live FM. This is Lauri and Amy as a part of BRIMBANK Live, and we just heard from Arabella Maree's When Everything Hurts. So we're going to jump into some more questions now. During this whole quarantine, how's that affected your creativity?
I actually think it's, and a lot of my, songwriter or artist friends, I think, have felt the same. It's been really good for my creativity. It's been a lot of, self-reflection and really late nights, skipping class Zoom calls. And I think that's been really good in a sense that I've had the time to kind of, really hone in on what I do and how I want to do it. I think especially now with the technology that we have, it's so easy to just, program something. And I think for me, one of the really special things about songwriting has been being able to just sit with my guitar or sit at the piano and just have that sense of expression and freedom. And I think it's been really good for me to just be able to take a lot of time to really work on that and to work on the technical side as well as the creative and emotional side.
So you're quite young. How old are you?
I'm 15.
You're 15. So what are your plans for the future? Where do you see yourself in, I don't know, when you're out of school?
I think I would love to take songwriting, and my music anywhere really. To be able to perform for people. I think the few times that I have performed for other people, it's a really, really just really special and really I think connective moment for a lot of people. And so I'd love to be able to do something like that. I think just being able to, even if I don't go into a career in music after school, just making it something that's really a strong part of my life and something that I can always lean back on, whether I go into music or whether I go into medicine, it's just something that I can always have, by my side.
Some people have like journal songwriters have their lyrics as like
yeah,
something
totally.
to fall back on. So you mentioned playing in front of people. Is that something you enjoy, gigging around and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. The gig scene obviously at the moment is quite limited, and I've done a few busking around and free gigs and things like that, but I really love to be able to take that somewhere, even if it's not as a career, just as I think there's such a difference between live performance and recorded music. There's and I think there's a real human aspect to it that I really love about music, is how connection between people, I think, is really, really prominent, and I think you find that a lot in live music.
So we've just got one last funky question to ask you. It's from our list of icebreakers that we thought we would ask at the end of the interview to change things up a bit. If you could be born in any year, what would it be? Past or future?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think as a musician, I would say the 80s. I mean, we love old music. And I think it was a really, 70s, 80s, 90s are these really turbulent times in a global sense. And I think creatives really thrive off change, because that's where all the emotion comes from, and nothing makes a good song like emotive lyrics. So I think as a musician, absolutely, the 80s. But as a person, probably I'd love to go to the future and just, check out what's happening, see how much has changed, and, just hopefully see the better of humanity.
Some very wise words.
In the future.
We're going to go into your next song now to finish off the interview. Anything you want to say about I Know There's You?
So I Know There's You is actually about one of my really good friends, Angus. So shout out to Angus, if you're listening.
Hi,
Speak of the devil. Which I wrote him for his birthday, and I like to write songs about my friends. Not too many love interests, but a lot of love for my friends. And so I think it's a love song, but it's entirely platonic, and it's here's this person, and I'm not very good at speaking face to face, so here's a song about how much I love you.
That's really wonderful. Before we let you go and finish the interview with your last song, where can we find you? What are your social medias? Where can we hunt you down?
So I'm on Instagram as Arabella Maree, but the E in Arabella is a 3. And you can find me on SoundCloud as Arabella Maree. So fingers crossed, Spotify or something like that in the future. But at the moment, you can find me on SoundCloud and Instagram.
Awesome. This is Local Music Hype with Amy and Lauri. You're listening on BRIMBANK Live FM, and this is Arabella Maree's song, I Know There's You.
Please leave a short message and it will be sent as an audio message.
You're hurting, I know where you are. You're hurting, this'll heal, I won't let it scar. I understand right now, my voice is not the only one telling you how to feel, saying it's okay, it's alright, I'll be here through the night. You can count on me, you can count on me too. I know right now everything feels so cold. Feel like you're the only one left on earth. With all of it out in the open, the dread in your voice is clear. Let me drown you out with the sweet arms of this tune. Let the melody sing, let the melody say, nothing bleeds forever, and I promise I'm never going away. You can count on me, you can count on me too. So you're hurting, feeling forgotten in weeks. When we all carry on, the chaos is still at your feet. And I'll walk through cyclones and hurricanes. I'll be here, I'll always stay. Oh, I'll be here, and I'll always say, it's okay, it's alright, I'll be here through the night. Nothing bleeds forever, and I promise I'm never going away. It's okay, it's alright, it's okay, it's alright, I'll be here through the night. You can count on me, you can count on me too. You can count on me. It's okay, it's alright, it's okay, it's alright, I'll be here through the night.